Hey guys, Roxy Sims here, and I have another speed build for you today. Today I am building an industrial photographer's apartment. This apartment is so cool and hip that all the other apartments want to hang out with it. But no, it's like a modern take on an industrial styled apartment that is perfect for a photographer. There's lots of windows, especially in the photography studio area that I set up. So yeah, just great for any young, cool, hip photographer sim that you might have. I am obviously using a lot of the stuff that came with the Moschino pack, and this is my first build that's really focused on that. The reason being is I actually started building this before Realm of Magic even came out. Before it was even the trailer was released and everything, I was building this. Well, I guess technically I was done building it, but I was in the middle of making this video. And so picture it. The Realm of Magic trailer comes out and I become obsessed with the thought of making a Hogwarts for the Realm of Magic. I didn't know much about the pack yet because of course we just had that little trailer. But I knew I was going to make Hogwarts to go on one of those floating islands in the realm. So I immediately start building that Hogwarts before the Realm of Magic even came out, because I totally just ignored this video. Not because I didn't love it. I do love industrial apartments, but I knew that I couldn't focus on anything else at that moment. It was too much inspiration for me to contain to build the Hogwarts. And of course, Hogwarts is absolutely humongous and took me forever. I don't even want to know how long it took. So yes, this poor video has been neglected for weeks. So I apologized to it. I asked its forgiveness, and now I'm back to it. Thankfully, the video graciously took me back, and now I'm back to do the voiceover and finish it, and finally be able to share it with you guys. Oh, guys, I wanted to share some good news before we got too much farther into the video. I'm really excited about it. My channel was just accepted into the YouTube Partner Program, and my mind is blown, for real. If you had any part of that, if you're watching this video right now, thank you so much. I cannot say how thankful I am, how much I appreciate it. It really means the world to me. The hugeness of that is not lost on me. Like I said, my mind is blown. And the channel is definitely not going to be paying, my house payment or my car payment or even my groceries anytime soon. But it is a step in that direction, and I can't thank you enough for that. I love you all, and I bow down to you. You are all saints. Thank you so much. Now, back to the Moschino pack. I think we can all agree that it's probably not the best stuff pack in the whole wide world. But that definitely doesn't mean that there's nothing good about it. I love the windows. I'm obsessed with the windows. They're amazing. Perfect. I mean, seriously, probably my favorite part of this entire pack. And I know the photography career does have like a couple bugs right now, but I think once that's fixed, that will be really cool. So there are some good things. I do like some of the furniture. I love plaid, so any chance to use a plaid couch, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna do it. Especially like a modern take on a plaid couch. I think that's really cool. But really, I'm just a sucker for any new content whatsoever. I'm pretty easy to please. I'm like, new stuff? Yeah, I'll take it. I love it. So, I have to try to be objective about things, because I see shiny new stuff to go in The Sims, and I am excited immediately. I know, it's an addiction, I have a problem, but the first step is admitting it, of course, and I talk about my Sims addiction all the time. But just ask my friends and family, they're tired of hearing about it. So this apartment is one of the 2-story apartments that is located in the fashion district of San Myshuno. And these 2-story apartments, I like playing in them, but they are kind of weird whenever you try to upload them to the gallery. Because I always complain, every time I make an apartment, I always complain that you can't just upload the entire apartment to the gallery, which is a big bummer. But it's especially weird with the 2-story apartments. What I normally do whenever I'm uploading an apartment to the gallery is I kind of cheat a little bit, and I will delete just like one section of each wall that separates each room. And that way I can just upload the whole apartment up to the gallery, because then all the rooms are connected. But you can't do that with the 2-story apartment. That does not work. So it has to be in at least 2 separate uploads. Then there's, I think, even a 3-story apartment. Is there? I think so. Yes, there's a 3-story apartment in the really ritzy part of San Myshuno. But, so each floor is going to be its own separate room on the gallery. So just, for your information, if you decide that you want to download this build. As you can see, the door leading into the bathroom is one of those really cool industrial style glass doors that came with the Moschino pack. I wanted all the doors in the apartment to be those doors because I love them so much. And unfortunately, you can't change the front door because it's an apartment and that's the rules. But every other door I wanted those to be from the Moschino pack. But when we're considering rooms like the bathroom or the master bedroom, those are obviously rooms that need a little bit of privacy. So behind those doors I hung up curtains. But I did test it out, and your sim can move right through the curtains. It's not a blocking problem at all. And for the most part with my builds, I do try to test out anything that I could possibly think of that could go wrong. I don't want your sim screaming at you, "Hey, I can't get through here." So I always do my very best to make sure sims can walk around the entire place. I think a really great place for your sim to take pictures would be Glimmerbrook, which is the new world that came with Realm of Magic. It is such a pretty world, and I think it would be so pretty, like such pretty forest kind of pictures. I love that. Oh, that's kind of how I set this photography studio up. I set the backdrop to a kind of forest setting, and those are the kind of pictures I like. I don't know about you, but city pictures would also be really great. I do need to look more into the photography career, and I started it out whenever I first got the Moschino pack, but the bugs in it kind of prevented me to from using it, and I don't know, they're not quite fixed yet. But as soon as they are, I really want my sim to be a photographer. I would say photography is kind of something I'm interested in real life, too. I'm not particularly skilled at it or anything, other than just I'm artistic, I guess. So other than that, I wouldn't say I have any sort of skill at photography, and I'm really not that great at Photoshop either. But it's still an interest, it still seems very interesting. I really like the idea of it. I'd love to be able to take amazing pictures. I know for sure I'd have to invest in a much more expensive camera, but, it's definitely something I have looked into. I wouldn't really want that to be my career, but it's definitely hobby material, for sure. But kind of anything artistic is, on the list of hobbies that I would like to have, to be honest. As you can see, throughout this apartment, I'm using lots of pops of red, because, red definitely pops. It is whoa, you know? I love red, but I feel like we haven't had enough red in the game until now. You know, like these items, you know, lots of really good red items. And I have one other request. I need more green items. You know, more like olivey green items. Can't get enough of that color, so I definitely need more of those. But I am very happy that we have a little more red to work with now. I don't know if you can tell, guys, but I'm sorry about my throat. If you can tell, my voice is getting a little crackly. I adore fall, but every year that autumn comes around, I get allergies. It's a guarantee. It's gonna happen. Other than that, fall is my favorite season. So it's like the one thing that I don't love about it. But I get allergies every spring and every fall, which are my two favorite seasons, of course. So I'm always like feeling a little under the weather at the beginning of each one of those. So guys, on my Hogwarts video, I asked you all to give me like good suggestions for books and like book series and all that kind of stuff. You guys really came through and you gave me tons of really good book suggestions. I have written them all down on a list, and I'll just go through the list and I have a good feeling about it. It looks like a really good list. I was just thinking about, the other day I was thinking about the book Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. I am a big fan of that. It's a crazy book, you know, blows my mind. And then I was looking at her other books, because I have not read any of her other books. And I was wondering if you guys had read any of her other ones. And if so, what do you think? Because I think I want those on my list as well. I have watched the show Sharp Objects, though. That's on, I think it's on Netflix, or I forget where, but it's some streaming service, and it's a show based on her book. And I really think I'm a sucker for her stories, because they're like all based in the Missouri, Kansas area. And if you didn't know, that's where I'm from. So every once in a while, it's kind of nice to see the area that I live in, areas that I kind of recognize being represented in movies and books and things, because let's be honest, that does not happen very often. Most of the time, of course, it's going to be coastal cities are shown on TV and everything, and it's just, you know, it's nice to kind of recognize the place that you see on TV. I did just finish the book Stay Sexy and Don't Get Murdered, which is based on the true crime comedy podcast My Favorite Murder, and I highly suggest that book if you haven't read it yet. If you like true crime or comedy, it's a good one. Well, guys, we are pretty much finished with this build. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. And again, thank you for getting me to the point of being able to join the YouTube Partner Program. I appreciate it so much. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I hope to talk to you all again very soon. Bye, everybody.